Let's go up to Central New York, see what's going on with Coach. First of all, Dino, always a pleasure. And before we start, just on a personal note, I really appreciate your note the other day. That meant a lot, and I just want to thank you personally on that.
Well, I appreciate that, Mark. You know, I'm looking at our schedule for next year, and I noticed once again that we've got Clemson, Florida State, and North Carolina all together. So we can't wait to have those back opportunities with that trio of yours, even though it's just a duo today, but that trio that you guys have sitting next to you.
Well, you know what, though, Coach? If you're going to be the best, you got to beat the best. And what all these preseason predictors, and again, I don't put a whole lot of stock into it. Everybody's going to tell you that Clemson, Florida State, North Carolina are going to be top 20 teams. But you know what? Nobody thought TCU was any good last year, and they made it to a college football playoff. So you've been down that road before, too, and people were sleeping on you. Guess what? We could just sneak up on everybody. So, you got off to an awesome start last year, and I know that momentum hopefully is carried into the spring as well.
You know what? A little bit of it has, a little bit of it has not. We've got a lot of guys that were a big part of what happened with that 6-0 start and that, I think, that 14th ranking. I can't remember where it was. I really don't look at it until it gets in the top 10. But a lot of those guys were banged up from the season, and a couple of those guys are missing spring ball. But the underbelly is really getting a lot of reps. We just got off the field today, this morning. I believe we've got 5 left. I don't try to keep count. But it's been good. We're working with a lot of guys, and they're getting a lot of reps that they traditionally wouldn't get with some of those starters, just sitting back and checking it out from the sidelines. But the guys that are sitting out got a lot of experience. They got a lot of game experience, and the big thing is getting them healthy or getting them better than their addition of what we saw of them in 2022.
On that note, Coach, and this is sort of a two-part question, but you mentioned the guys who are the backups getting some significant reps because guys are out injured. We know Garrett Schrader is not participating in spring. First and foremost, how is he staying involved? What are some things he's doing that is helping along Carlos Del Rio Wilson and the rest of that QB group that is out there getting the bulk of those reps that sometimes you may have to lean on your backups during the season. God forbid they need to step in.
Well, I'll tell you, the quarterbacks, Justin, Luke, Carlos, they're all doing a good job. But they got QB1 right behind them standing next to me, not only visualizing but verbalizing everything that they should be doing on the clock that they should be doing it with. So it's really a fantastic learning situation for Garrett. And once again, he had an operation where it was a very unique situation where the doctors came to me and said, hey, he could play on it, and he can do these things. He could go through spring and play next year on it, or you could give us an opportunity to make him better. He said, they guaranteed me. I said, you can't guarantee medicine. That's why they call it practicing medicine. But they said, Coach, I'm telling you, you know me. They said, Coach, I'm telling you, he'll either be the same or better. And if you're talking about getting a better version of Garrett Schrader, I said, okay, I'll play cards for that.
Yeah, and there's no doubt about that. You have to take that in a millisecond. I do want to ask you about the back half of your secondary on that defensive side. Man, you lost some talented dudes, but I know you got a couple guys back. You've gone through the transfer portal. You got some guys working hard in the spring. What can you tell me about the secondary as far as 23 is concerned?
Well, first of all, you're right. We did lose some talented guys, and some for some reasons and some for some other reasons. But the one thing I want to hit on before I go to that secondary is we've got draft day coming up. It's going to be a big day for Syracuse, New York, with the NFL draft between Garrett Williams and Matthew Bergeron. We expect Sean Tucker to be able to do some things, and then of course the defensive leader Michael, Jones. We're gonna have some cats get drafted, and I'm really looking forward to see what's going to happen to those guys, not only for their future, but what's going to go on with Syracuse University, how it's going to help us as well. Now, on the back end, we've lost some guys. We've got to replace some cats. There's no doubt about it, and they're all good players. But, we think we've got some young ones. They're taking their places. The big thing is not so much the talent pool between the guys. The biggest thing is the games of experience, regardless of the reasons why you lost them. And, somebody's played 12, 24 games. They've made a lot of mistakes that they don't make anymore. And we've got talented guys, but they'll be going in there for the first time, and we're going to have to make sure we're crossing T's and dotting I's to try to eliminate those mistakes, especially early.
You just mentioned two of your defensive captains in Michael Jones and Garrett Williams, who are off to the NFL now. So defensively, who are those guys that you're seeing step up as leaders this spring to kind of fill those roles?
Well, let me start with this. This is hot off the press. You guys are getting cut information.
Breaking news.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, my media people are going to be mad about this one. But we just named 3 of our 6 captains for the 2023 season. And Justin Barron was named our special teams captain. Marlo Wax was named the first defensive captain, and Garrett Schrader was named the first offensive captain. Now, we'll turn around and we'll do the exact same thing at the end of August before we start the season, and we'll name 3 more, which is our new tradition of going with 6 captains. There's so much things going on with, injuries and transfer portals and name, image, and likeness that I think you need as much leadership as you can in the locker room, because sometimes you don't know what's going to happen with that leadership.
By the way, how tough has that been, Dino? I mean, we hear it from literally every coach we talk to that tampering, the name, image, and likeness landscape, the transfer portal. I mean, it seems like you're juggling 15 balls in the air now. It's almost impossible from a roster management standpoint.
Almost impossible. Some things need to be done, but I will say that life's not boring. A day at the job's not boring. There's stuff going on all the time, and I mean, sometimes I can call for a fireman, and sometimes I need to call for the Avengers. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on.
The best vacation you can have is just wearing that tropical print shirt around the facility, because you're never on vacation with this transfer portal. That's for sure.
So, Coach, you're telling me you got the firemen and the Avengers on speed dial? Is that what you're telling me? It's like a local call now?
You got to have them all. You got to have them all. God bless Hawkeye is down a little bit, but he's going to be okay. He's on the mend. But the rest of those guys and gals may get a call from me with all the stuff that's been going on. There's no doubt. And Taylor, for the tropical shirt, I want you to know that it was. I want to say a birdie told me that it was 70 degrees in Syracuse today. I might be wrong. But 70 degrees up here in the great north, where you can breathe the air and you can eat the fish.
Hey, who
You
needs
get thirsty,
Hawaii?
You can even drink the water.
Who needs Hawaii, Coach? Who needs Hawaii?
That might warrant a trip up to Central New York.
Hey, wait a minute. Hawaii is Hawaii. Don't get it twisted. Hawaii is Hawaii now.
Do not get it twisted. You're one of our favorite storytellers. You have a story for everything. So if you can rack your brain, give us your favorite spring football moment so far. There has to be a story you have up your sleeve. Take us inside.
Wow. Because I've got a lot. I've seen a lot. I really have seen a lot. Wow. This is what I'll say. I've got to go both ways with this. I've seen some dynamite, short yardage, goal line stuff out of our defense. I've seen them really put it on the offense. And then I turn around and like today, the offense had a day out there in goal line and short yardage that was like, okay, all right, it's no longer big brother, little brother. It's big brother versus big brother. Let's get those cousins and those nephews ready to go on the side. So as long as we're physical and we're taking care of each other, we talk about having when you're playing against each other, you got an opportunity for 22 guys to get hurt, and they're all your guys. But we talk about hit these guys like they're your little brother. Hit them underneath the chin, hit them below the knee, keep them right in the middle of that surface. That's your bullseye. And grow them up. We don't need anybody getting hit above the chin and getting a concussion or targeting deal, and we don't need anybody hit below the knee to see whether their ankles or their ligaments can hold up. But if you hit them right in the middle, they may get bruised, they may get banged up a little bit, but the next day, they'll be better.
All right, well, listen, before we let you go, real quick, spring games in 10 days. Give me a couple names that Syracuse fans should keep an eye on in 10 days when they get a chance to see you guys.
Okay, I think that you guys are going to find out that we've got 2 excellent kickers, both extremely young and both extremely talented. And I'm not going to throw the names out because I don't like to name guys off the team, but there's no doubt that you're going to figure out who the place kicker is and you're going to figure out who the punter is. And they're doing an outstanding job. Enrique Cruz has been, our new left tackle, has been doing some exciting things. Kalen Ellis is back off of his injury. He's just inside, he's just getting it done. We've got some new other guys on the line besides Enrique, but I think all those guys are going to have an opportunity. We got some veterans that are banged up that haven't been in spring. We got to get them back. The D line has just been flying around. LaQuint Allen as a tailback, DeMarcus, Damian, Isaiah Jones as the wide receiving crew. Trevor Pena is back, and he's doing exciting things. And then there's some guy named OG. He just goes by 2 initials. Some ACC guy, first team that been doing the same thing that he's been doing, only he's taking it to a new level and he's doing it better. From a defense, we've really been playing well. Defensively, we've really been playing with our young linebackers. None of our veteran linebackers are in the mix right now, but they'll be back when spring ball is over, so they can go with the team through the summer and get ready during one-a-days. I almost said 2-a-days. That's how old I am. One-a-days. But the key is going to be the back end. If we can grow up, we've got some older cats. We got some new guys in there, but they come here for a reason. You know, they come here because they want to play man, lock people up, and be on an island. Well, I got all kind of islands for you. Jamaica, Hawaii. You pick an island. I've got one. You can call Australia an island if you want to, even though it's a continent. But you want an island, come to Syracuse. You can live on one.
Sign us up. Wait, really quickly, is OG a tight end or a wide receiver? Can you tell us firsthand?
OG is, have you ever played spades before, Taylor? The game, it's a card game. Mark, have you ever played?
I have not.
I have.
Have you ever played spades before?
I have.
Okay, so you're going to translate this. Okay, this is going to be analogy. Okay. OG, is he a wide receiver or is he a tight end? He's neither of those things. He is a trump card.
Yeah. He's a game changer.
Trump.
Got it.
Well, he's a guy that fits a lot of things. What do you need him to be? He could be a wild card. He could be a joker. What do you need him to be?
Yeah.
I know
He's
one thing he is. He's good.
Wide open. Yeah. And he's yours, Coach. That's even better. And he's yours. That's the other
There
thing.
you go.
It's tremendous.
There you go, Mark.
You go. Well, listen, thanks again for everything. And we look forward to seeing you in person 10 days away from the start of the spring game. Stay healthy, my man. Always appreciate the time.
Thanks, Coach.
And watch this. To the prettiest place I know, I will say to you, mahalo.
That's what they say in Syracuse these days when it's 70 degrees in the middle of April. Be good. We'll talk to you later. See you later.
Hello, Coach.
See you guys.